Hello, student. This is Mohammad Talha Ahmad, your podcast host, and welcome to the podcast channel named Sukoon. Now, why I have given this name is that this particular word, Sukoon, is the feeling of peace you need while you navigate your studies, while you navigate your career and your future. So, specifically speaking, this podcast is created especially for students who are navigating academic pressure, uh, career decisions, and uncertainty about the future. So, at this channel, Sukoon, we slow things down to talk gently and honestly about exams, about the courses, about your career, and your life ahead, helping you find clarity without fear and uh, confidence without pressure. So, this is your space to breathe, to reflect, and to move forward with calm. This podcast is specifically developed to address the sensitive and important issues students face during their academic journey, uh, like examination, career confusion, course pressure, self doubts, and other silent stressors which are related to your future. Here we talk calmly about things that are often left unspoken. That is, how to manage the academic stress, how to prepare for examination without panic, how to make career decisions with confidence, how to trust yourself during uncertain times. This channel is not about competition, it is about balance. And it's not about pressure, but it's about peace with progress. So, whether you are preparing for university examinations, you are confused in choosing a career path, facing any sort of placement anxiety, or simply feeling overwhelmed, Sukoon is here for you. So take a deep breath, slow down, and remember that your journey matters, your mental peace matters to us, and your future deserves calm thinking. This particular episode, which is episode 1, which is you can call an inaugural episode, it focus on the upcoming Savitribai Phule Pune University examination for MBA students, which are starting from 2nd of January 2026. This is specifically for the students who are pursuing MBA under Savitribai Phule Pune University. So, the date 2nd of January 2026, this date may feel close, but remember that closeness does not mean unpreparedness. So you have, many of you have attended lectures, the students who have completed their internal assessment, who have attended the lectures related to solving previous year question papers, who have clarified their doubts, who are in the process of revising the units that are there in the syllabus. So these examinations are not sudden. They are expected because these examinations are structured, and of course these examinations are manageable if you strategize the things accordingly. So today we will be calmly understanding about the pattern that include the questions in your MBA examination, and we'll be slowly, gradually understanding that what is the pattern of the question paper, and how to attempt the questions, how to write them, how to do time management, and what all paths to be covered when you are actually writing an answer. What is the expectation from the side of the evaluator who is evaluating your answer sheet? So this is something, these are some common questions that are coming up from the side of the students. So I'll be clarifying all these doubt. So let's begin. As you all are aware that university question paper consists of 5 questions, and the total marks is 50. You'll be giving 2 hours 30 minutes to attempt these 5 questions, and of course every question have choices. Uh, the other important thing is that the university provide only one answer sheet which comprises of 24 pages. No supplement is provided, so you have to cover all these 5 questions in these 24 pages. That means that quality matters more uh, in comparison to the quantity, or how uh, lengthy you are writing the answer. So do remember this particular thing. Starting with question number 1, which consists of short questions, which is of 2 marks. So usually you have been given choices of around 8 questions in the form of short notes. It can be in the form of MCQ also. It can be a blend of short notes or MCQ accordingly. Can have some question of that true or false structure also. But the thing is that this particular section specifically, which is question number 1, consists of short answer type questions. So accordingly, each carries 2 marks. So you don't have to write much. You have to be very specific. You have to include only key points. No long explanations are actually needed. So the question paper will ask you to attempt 5 questions. Each question carry 2 marks. That means 10 marks for this particular question. Read the question carefully. If the examiner is asking the definition, say for example, so you have to only explain specifically the definition of that particular concept. Okay, so don't invest much of your time. Try to finish this particular question, that is question number 1, in maximum 10 minutes, or you can take less time also. So keep this in mind. Moving ahead with the next question, that is question number 2, which consists of 3 questions in which you have to attempt any 2 of your choice. Each question carry 5 marks. That means if you are attempting 2 questions, that is equal to 10 marks. Again, this particular question you have to be again very specific. Read the question carefully, understand it clearly. This might consist of a single question can consist of 2 points also. That means they need any 2 explanations with example also. So please read the question carefully, what the examiner is asking, and then only you attempt the question. You can also explain in points. You can support your answer with examples. You can have that particular sections in your answer also. That means you can have an introduction section. At the last you can have kind of conclusive remark or conclusion, and then accordingly backed up with appropriate examples. If you are having, then only you incorporate that, and this will fetch you good marks. So accordingly, attempting these questions, that is question number 1 and question number 2, you devote maximum 30 to 35 minutes on an average, and try to target minimum, you can say 16 to 17 marks. So why I am saying this, that in question number 1 there is a scope of getting 10 marks. Okay, there is a big scope of getting 10 marks in question number 1, so don't miss that opportunity. Okay, and in question number 2, out of 10 marks, you can aim for at least 6 marks or 7 marks. If you are backing up your answer with appropriate examples, you can actually fetch 7 marks also. So in total, out of 20 in these 2 questions, you can easily get 17 marks. Okay, now why we are focusing on getting this 16 or 17 marks in these 2 questions, that I will tell you later on when we calculate the total marks. Okay, now moving ahead with question number 3 to question number 5, that is remaining 3 questions, which consist of 10 marks each, in which you will be giving a choice also, 2 choices. So accordingly, you have to attempt any one out of the 2 questions. So question number 3 to 5 consist of choices again, and these questions consist of 10 marks. Okay, so in this particular question specifically, when you are attempting, you again read the question very carefully, try to understand what the examiner is actually asking, and try to put it that particular thing in your answer in the form of heading, so that the examiner, during evaluating your answer, came to know that you have clearly understood the question and you are explaining that question in a right manner, which is very important. Okay, sometimes what happened that students are calculating, after giving the examination they are calculating more marks and they are expecting more marks. Okay, but the thing is, when the result comes, the marks actually are lesser. So why it is happening? It is happening simply because of the reason that the student deviates while they answer a particular question. They deviate, they write something else in the question. Examiner is asking something different and expecting something more, but as a student you have not read the question properly and you are answering it in a different manner, unnecessarily putting things and making or stretching that answer will not fetch you that sort of targeted marks that you actually want. Okay, so keep this point in your mind very clearly. If there is a kind of theoretical question, you should know that particular model or theory that has to be incorporated with appropriate example. If you want, you can also incorporate a kind of flow chart, or if something related to policy, so you can have that sort of policy framework or policy structure which actually make your answer more structured. Okay, so you can have again a heading in 10 marks, because my target is to fetch approximately 7 marks in every question, which is question number 3, question number 4 and question number 5. Of course my target can be more, but we have to be a little practical when it comes to a theoretical paper. Okay, so I begin with writing introduction. Then accordingly, what has been asked in the question, I have to put that or formulate that into a proper heading, and then accordingly I have to start explaining that particular concept. Now while explaining that concept, I have to be very clear on explaining that specific concept with backed up with proper example. And then if that particular concept consists of any sort of further explanation in the form of process, I can incorporate that, or if that particular concept have certain steps, I can write those particular steps also, because I want to clarify that particular concept furthermore, not deviating from the actual question that has been asked, and then further I can explain that particular concept which has been put forward in the form of question. And then that particular question consists of the remaining part also, in which the examiner can ask about examples, suitable examples, or correlation type of question also, correlating that particular concept with some other concept. So accordingly you have to keep that thing in your mind and you have to explain it, finishing that particular answer with concluding remark. Also you can write that in this particular answer, my input is related to this particular thing, is I have explained it in this manner. What I feel is this, when the examiner is asking you to correlate it, and when examiner is asking you your opinion, okay, when there is a kind of opinion type of question, or the question consists of the word which is called as discuss. Okay, so remember this is a conclusion. You have to be very specific, we have to be very precise, and you don't have to deviate yourself from the question that has been asked by the examiner. So when you attempt these remaining 3 questions in this particular format specifically, then obviously you can able to fetch more marks, because these 3 questions, that is question number 3, question number 4 and question number 5, consist of 10 marks each. Okay, so in the introduction, when you are explaining or attempting the question of 10 marks, in the introduction you can write the meaning, you can cover definition or relevance of that particular concept. Then accordingly you can come down to the main content, you can put the headings or you can put the pointers. Then if you want to incorporate any sort of model, process or any sort of diagram, you can incorporate that also. Then next, You can incorporate examples, that is examples you have to relate with any sort of company, organization, businesses or practices that are going on in corporate, and then accordingly you can finish it with the concluding remark, which should be, as I told you, which should be short and should be meaningful. Okay. In While writing the question paper, you have to write it very neatly. You have to underline or highlight the keywords or the headings. You can do that also, because examiner usually appreciate the clarity rather than the quantity that you put inside the question paper. And as I told you that university don't provide you with the supplement, it provide you only one answer sheet which comprises of 24 pages only. Okay. Now some student ask that, sir, how we complete all these 5 questions in 24 pages. So we feel that 24 pages are less, but it is not like that. I'll give you an example. In question number 1, those consist of short notes. So usually those short notes will take around 2 pages to write 5 short notes. Examiner expect not much, so accordingly you can cover that particular question number 2 in 2 pages, or I can consider it that you can cover it in 3 pages. Question number 2 again comprises of 2 questions, 5 marks each. So you can take for both the questions around 5 pages. Then accordingly question number 3, 4 and 5, which is of 10 marks. I have considered 5 pages for every question, which comes to 15 pages. So when we add, it comes around 22 to 23 pages, and that 1 page actually remaining. So you can easily write or justify your answer in these 24 pages very easily. Okay, so you have to be very specific. You have to cover important points while writing your examination. You have to back your answer with examples which appropriate concept formulas if they are asking. The question paper is like that. So time management obviously plays a very important role, as you know that you will be giving 2 hours 30 minutes to write this particular attempt these all 5 questions. So time management plays an important role. You can give 5 minutes to read the question or 10 minutes to read the question paper accordingly. After reading the question paper, just mark clearly that which questions you are attempting. Read the question carefully, then only decide, okay, in which you can justify your answer in appropriate manner. Attempt only those questions, and again I am telling a student that read question very clearly. Question can comprise of a kind of can be divided into 2 parts, that is the examiner can ask 2 concepts or can ask a kind of correlation also. The question can be of like discuss, or it can be in the form of a statement also, and sometimes there is also case study that we will be taking in the next podcast. The different styles of questions that we'll be taking, we are not covering it in this particular podcast session. Then accordingly you need some time at the end of your at the end of the paper, when you have attempted all the questions, to actually revise, or you to complete if you have left some part which is not clear, or if you want to complete some diagram for that also. So last 10 minutes you can keep for that, for revision, for underlining the headings accordingly, and then accordingly in this particular manner you can write and you can fetch good marks. Now coming back to marks calculation, that I have told you that in question number 1 100% you aim to get full 10 marks, okay, because those questions are short notes, and it can consist of MCQ type of questions also. Okay, so target to get 10 marks. Okay, in question number 2, target to get 7 marks. I'm not targeting more, but I want you to target for 7 marks. Okay, so that becomes total 17. Now remaining 3 questions. Now in the first 2 questions you got 17 out of 20, which is a good score. Now 3 questions remaining, that is of 30 marks. Okay, so in these 3 questions, if suppose one question, that is question number 3, you could not able to write it properly, so you get around 5 marks in that. Only 50% marks you get in question number 3. But in remaining 2 questions, you have written satisfactory or good. Okay, so in one question you have written satisfactory, so accordingly, combining the remaining 4th and 5th question, in total out of 20 you get around, say for example, 15 marks. Okay, so 15 plus 5 comes to 20. So in the remaining 3 questions out of 30, you get 20 marks. Okay, I have put it a little less, but let's see what happens. So in 3 questions you get 20, and plus in 2 questions, that is question number 1 and question number 2, you got 17. So when I add 20 plus 17, it comes to 37 out of 50, which is not a bad score. And you can increase this particular 37 score, and you can take it to 40 also, you can take it to 42 also, depending that how you attempt 3 questions, that is question number 3, 4 and 5. Okay, which is of 10 marks each. Of course, by following the proper format, incorporating proper examples, explaining in the right way what has been asked in the question, covering all the parts clearly, you can get more marks also. Okay, so I am calculating in that manner. Still you get 37 marks. Easily you can get 35 plus marks. Okay, so this is the simple strategy. In this particular manner, you strategize your answers accordingly and attempt the questions. Okay, so keep these particular point that I have explained. Obviously in coming podcast, I'll be explaining you about different types of questions that has been asked, that comprises of questions like a statement form of questions, discuss and explain types of questions. Then how we'll be taking about some questions also, in which I'll be narrating the questions, and then accordingly I'll be telling you that how you can frame a proper answer for this long questions of 10 marks. Okay, so this is the first podcast that I have prepared for you all guys. So now you can take a deep breath, and accordingly you can prepare yourself, and remember that you are prepared, you are capable enough, and be calm while giving your examination. Focus on your question paper. Don't indulge yourself in unnecessarily talks in the examination hall. You guys are mature enough to understand all these things. Do proper time management. Okay, walking with your or throughout your exam peacefully, and then accordingly you can come out with flying colors, and you can easily get good marks in Savitribai Phule Pune University examination. Okay, all the very best. I'll be meeting you, catching you up in my next audio podcast, in which I'll be explaining about the types of questions that has been put by Savitribai Phule Pune University in previous examinations. Okay, until next time, this is Mohammad Talha Ahmed signing off with peace. Sukoon.